Hi guys, how are you doing? So there's a lot of discussion that is need to be done on the fundamental basis today. So it would be a really important stream in that case. So let's head towards the discussion because there's a lot of data that is being announced specifically tomorrow. So at 8:30 a.m. that is a New York time and that is an Eastern Standard Time. We would be having a retail sales that is a core retail sales specifically for the Canadian dollar. Most probably the forecasted and previous data are aligning. Similarly, a retail sales on the monthly level is coming. There would be a bit of a change in the forecasted value. So it seems like the retail sales for the Canadian dollar would be decreasing and there's also uh, unemployment claims coming for the USD that seems to be improving in a sense that the higher value is a bad value because more people would be filing the unemployment claims if this data comes forward for USD and can push the dollar down. On the other hand, we do have President Trump speaks. That is basically the official. That would be basically the official speaks of the President Trump after taking uh, the presidency, and there is also Bank of Japan policy rate coming. Seems like they are going to increase the rates. That can be good for the Bank of Japan and can push the dollar down. On the other hand, we would be like visually seeing this specifically on in the technical side as well. Monetary policy statement is coming, and their outlook report is coming. And secondly, it is more on the tentative side that what would be happening. For that reason, guys, I want to like take you to the other website so that we can actually study it in more deeply. We have discussed that this Canadian data is coming, which is retail sales job data is coming. And so at 10 a.m. specifically at which is the Eastern Standard Time, we would be getting consumer confidence for the euro, which which wasn't like actually showing in the previous website, and some of the data in the evening for the PMI of Australian dollar would be coming. This is the European data, and at 6:30 p.m. the inflation rate for the Canadian dollar is coming. Sorry, for Japanese yen is coming at 6:30 p.m. and consumer confidence for pound is also being announced at the in the evening, and interest rate decisions for the Bank of Japan BOJs would be coming. So it seems like this would be an evening move for specifically for the people living in United States, and so we would be having the activity specifically from 8 a.m. to afternoon, and then in later in the evening after 5 o'clock, when the market just changes the cycle, the other data would be announced. So seems like in early Asian session for the people living in the Middle East. And so guys, let's discuss. I think my mic was specifically off, so I want to like take you again through the discussion that there are certain data that is coming, which is specifically for the Canadian data that is retail sales. Not much change, but specifically here we do have like a certain change in the retail sales for the CAD unemployment claims for the United States. Seems like the unemployment rate is increasing. There is a president Trump speaks. There is a lot he would be talking about tariffs, specifically on the European Union and on the Canadian side and on the Chinese yuan. Things would be happening again on the yen sides. There is a policy rates that is coming. That is their interest rate, and also the inflation rate for the Bank of Japan would be coming. So In that on the other website, I want to like show you because it shows more relevant timing out there, because you see like inflation rate for the Japanese yen at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York time, for consumer confidence for the pound, and again the interest rate for the Japanese yen, it is more on the evening side right here. And the report outlook is also coming, and here we do have like initial jobless claims, really important stuff that is coming for the US dollar. Secondly, there is a crude oil data that is coming, which would be impacting the Canadian dollar, maybe aligning with that, because US is importing their gasoline and crude oil specifically from the Canadian dollar, from the Canada, and we can see that there is another. Basically, this is data that comes for the optimum optimized index that shows that how well the community and the business is doing, and how well the industries are specifically doing for the pound. So it would be announcing at 6 o'clock a.m. So seems like if we see that working in specifically end of the London session, as well as in the New York session early in the morning, and after that in Asian session, we do have a lot of activities out here. So this is all data that is coming in the Asian session at the night time of Eastern Standard Time. Secondly, this is the data that is coming in the morning on the New York time, and this is the data that would be coming specifically in the London session, that is a midnight. So we can see all the reflections in the technical analysis. So if we get quickly into the deep technical analysis, I wouldn't be taking much of the time in that case, because there's a lot of concepts which we need to discuss as usual. So guys, as we know that we have been discussing that this was a low and this was the high formation for DXY right now. Price started forming a sell structure right here. Price pushed back and got rejected around this and pushed on the further downside. Although this low right here is not a prominent low, because it's kind of like a third touch. This was the first touch, this is a second touch, and this is the third touch. And after formation of the low, price came back down, pushed up, came back down again, pushed up, got rejected. But after that, guys, there is a good V-shaped structure right here, and having this type of V-shaped structure uh, can change the things in regard for the dollar. But the let's see how the data actually aligns. Prices started moving on the upper side like that. So this could be our more beneficial point if the price comes back here. And if in case price breaks, we can just expect that prices can go on the higher side. On the other hand, we do see a break right here. But with this kind of spinning top candle, that is a candle that is a bit of an indecisiveness right now, can push the prices on the downside further. But if in that case, I would like to show you like 1 hour structure right here. And you see right here, prices, this was the low that prices came, and after that the prices started rising, but it came back down. The way this movement actually happened around here, and breaking this structure with this type of momentum candle, and further prices pushing on the higher side, seems like this type of retracement can push the prices down. But on the other hand, I feel that it is a significant support right here. And if you see right here, prices has been like continuously holding, so any sort of pullback can give us a move on the upper side, until and unless like the data came and data comes and like things can get a bit changed. But overall, if we look at DXY currently right here, although it is forming a cell structure, but still the idea is that the price is in the range and can push on the upper side, because you see right here, prices are still in a super bullish format, and we see that this type of move that established here, this type of move can establish there in the continuation towards the upper side for the dollar, but might be a bit of a selling that would be coming. And we see a good rejection candle. You see it right here. This is an engulf, and much of the formation looks like the prices can go on the upper side further until and unless like the data comes. So this is what actually the things look like in DXY right now. It's like bit vague. We because it is just generally like so after election right now that we can't actually see, and we aren't able to find much of the points in that case. So right here you see prices are rejecting, and let's see if this break happens. So most likely the prices will be pushed on the upper side, but right now the current rejection is around this point. So this is the current rejection that is happening based on these levels around here. So this was the pump right here, which is kind of like making enough sense right now. So further moving, guys, towards the CAD Canadian dollar side, it is still in a form of a structure that is not clear. Prices are in a specific range, but we had a break around this point, and after that prices went down, making a low right there, and high. Now prices has made like reversed back, made the high, and right now still the prices are in the range, and this is absolutely a range in a sense of that is a new range development right here. If we see that this is the low, prices came back down, prices pushed up, and now this is the structure that is actually forming. Let's see how things actually happen around these levels, and then we can actually decide that if it breaks on the upper side, it can go on the up, and breaks on the downside, this could be our first target, and price could reach down there as well. So it's not specifically clear, nor we have like an absolute levels right now, but it's still in the range. So guys, USD CHF has been making the higher highs and higher lows right here. You see prices in the uptrend, but at this point prices kind of like started reversing, and you see price went down again. This is also highlighted right in here, similarly to the DXY, that prices kind of like made a significant low down here, and also the structure hasn't been like shift or altered uh, because right here you see that although prices formed a low V-shaped structure around here, but still there is much likelihood that prices can come down right here because the structure overall is sell. Or on the other hand, if we can get a pullback right here and any sort of rejection around this point would be a good logical conclusion. I would be like thinking that in that sense that, for example, like if we get a pump and dump scenario, then actually prices can go directly on the downside rather than like going directly right now. So let's see that tomorrow data actually would be more helpful, something like that, head and shoulder or something that can push the prices on the downside for the USD CHF. USD JPY, guys, it seems like dollar is getting quite strong, and we do see a reaction around this level. So as we are seeing the reaction, I would be like, I want to place the points on the upper side. Right here, I want to place this order block, and we can see that we are getting a reaction around this point. Mm, if we kind of, because guys, the idea is that we got like so much big candles that there isn't any kind of like a definite position right now in order to take a solid entry. um, right here is, we expect some kind of action, and it is happening in that case. So seems like that there was a break of structure right here. There was a break of structure right here. Price is pushed up, pulled back down, and price can also continue this range, but seems like there could be a break, and then prices can go on downside when BOJ data would be announced. That is their interest rate and inflation rate that is coming, which we discussed in the starting. So where we should put our level, that's the point. Although we know that if price come back down, this could be the really good opportunity to take a profit around these levels, right around here. It would be a good level to take a profit. On the other hand, guys, I don't want to be like myopic or short-sighted in order to like uh, not thinking that prices can actually surpass this, because overall the trend is bullish and prices haven't even made a lower lows right here. If the prices would have been like broken this level, then we could expect the price on the downside, but overall the structure is bullish, although we do see a break of the structure around these levels. We see a break of structure around these levels, and prices are pushing up, came back down, pushing up, and seems like it can break on the upper side like that, and then we can actually find a reaction around that point. In that case, I want to place my alert right there, because it seems more like things can happen up there more, and the way the price is moving right now, it's something like that. If it breaks, prices can go on the upper side further, although this order block can actually give us a reaction, and it is still giving us a reaction right now, but it's not as extreme as we can actually take some benefit out of it. Euro USD has given us a move today, that is on 22nd. So you see right here, this is really important stuff which I want to like mention right now. Things are a bit complicated in the market this week because of election. Quite difficult to take a position. You see, the price was coming down, price went up, couldn't break this level around here, make a made a reverse around, push back up, and went down, making further lower lows around here. After that, I believe that the structure got shifted on the upper side, and you see right here we got a reaction. Price made like a lower high, and higher high, and then again price tried to push on the upper side but got failed. So this is really a point to see that the price pushed up, came back down, pushed on the further, price couldn't make a low but pushed on the upper side, and then sellers kind of like induced themselves right here. So in any case, if the price is unable to make a higher high here, so it could like lead to the further low on the downside, and this could be our first profit. But we need to actually keep the eye on the structure right now, although we are looking at this kind of like move, but still seems like this level can like make things different. But in case if the things break, it can go on the downside. This could be our first profit, this could be our second full target, but we have to like see that how specifically like dollar reacts while the London session opens in 2 hours. And Euro GBP seems like the strength is getting reduced. You see, like this is a powerful move on the upper side. This is a powerful move on the upper side. This is a powerful move on the upper side, and then this is a powerful move on the upper side. And now things are looking like it is not going on the upper side, but instead it getting reduced in the strength. This was the low right here that pushed the price towards this level, and you see right here price actually reacting in the range. So let's see that. Let's see, guys, if we kind of like get a break around this point. This could be a good understanding that whenever like prices then forms this kind of move, can give us a move on the downside further for euro GBP, but seems like euro GBP is losing the strength right here. And although I'm like considering this low, this high, this low, and this high, and we see right here we did got like a no higher high right here, and this was the first attempt, this was a second attempt. So much likelihood is that we can get a weakness, and if the price even like sells around this point, we can get a move around that point as well. So, but on the other hand, right now the wick formation or the candle formation is not clear. Euro odd, uh, quite a difficult situation in that sense too, because you see here we did got a break. This was an impulsive move. This was the first time the price couldn't make a higher high, but got started reversing around this point. Price went down, even like, but couldn't like form a proper low, and instead we got a liquidity grab, and again price started going on the upper side. Price is right now in intense range, so it seems like the chart structure has been like shifted. The price structure has been shifted, although the prices in the it should be like selling, but right now this range isn't as clear as it can give us any position in that case. So although if this is the high right here of 667 and 66777, and this is 89, so right here at 89 I would be like placing my alert up here, because if the prices reach on the upper side, if the prices reach on the upper side like that, and if we get a probe, we can expect the move on the downside. This could be the rejection point after that. So right now it's not even like clear to spend much of the time right now on this structure. Similarly on euro NZD, it's almost the same. There was a break around this point. Instead prices went on the upper side, pushed further down, breaking this structure. We got a good reversal around this point, and after that prices are being in like a sell structure. I believe that anybody who just kind of like places their pending order around here can lock the first profit around this point and then further. So if the prices couldn't like hold around this point, can prices can push on the downside like that. Seems much legit in this reaction. So EuroCAD. So really important stuff, guys, that although the prices were in the downtrend, then prices went on the started going on the upper side, and similarly like the trend started shifting around this point and further went on the downside. Here we got like a prices was unable to continue the move on the upper side like that. Instead it started coming back down here, came to this order block right here, and then prices started moving on the upper side like that. Now prices pushed on the downside, got uh, started selling, pushed on the upper side again, but unable to make a higher high in the continuation, and right now we are still seeing some weakness. So seems like prices can come down there. Euro JPY, guys, gave us a good move, and although like the structure was in the range right here, it was making continuously highs and higher lows, but Right here we see there was a break that happened. Price reached to the same demand level in here, reached the demand level here, and after that there was a break around here. Prices pushed back up, came back down to the exact same demand zone, and after that prices started making small swings and started pushing. If you remember, yesterday I kind of like took a small position here in a expectation that price wouldn't be able to break this level, but prices clearly broke this level and broke this level. So things seems like if the prices can further break this level as well in the continuation of this move, and right now I want to like remove this level because I want to see the reaction clearly, that how things react specifically at this level. So let's move quickly further. Euro CHF, although we see like a big sell structure that is happening, quite intense, difficult to lock in the profits or something like that. Instead, like prices again retested this level, and after that we got again a higher high. Again prices came back down, forming a higher high, and again came down and instead like pushed on the further on the top. Right now price is reacting around around on this upper high level, and prices started rejecting around here but couldn't form more higher high. Instead it's going on the sideways. Let's see if this is a range formation around this point, and around this point we can expect a move on the downside, or we can expect a move on the upper side like that. I can place my alert right here, 586. Let's see that how price actually specific breaks, although I'm not much interested in this pair. This is the trade, guys, which I've like taken a difficult move. I would love to explain to you guys. So although like the price is pushing on the downside right here and continuing move on the downside, here we did see a reaction of price pushing on the upper side. Price again pushed on the downside. Price failed to make a higher high again. At this point kind of like triggered me to take a sell position, because you see right here price pushed up, came back down, and you see right here price should have like broken on the higher side. Price tried like creating a pump and then dump situation, and now price is specifically in the range like that. I'm hoping that this could be my first target and this could be my second target, and the extended target could be around like this round number. And I'm gonna like show you on the 1 hour chart that is really amazing, the small analysis that kind of like to see, because whenever you take a position you have to monitor it. That's like what actually traders does, that they kind of like monitor it. So because I don't want to give like my full stop loss right here, so it's like for the extreme situation that if I sleep or if I'm out, so in that case it can actually trigger. But I wouldn't be willing to give full stop loss because I can judge prior that if things are not aligning with the understanding which I had. So it's like a 1 hour chart. I want to like zoom in a little bit for the better understanding. So the concept which we were looking on the 4 hour time frame was like the prices were bullish. So and we do see the prices are bullish right here. Prices are unable to form a higher high, although price came back down but pushed on the upper side, kind of like making a higher high further. But later on like the sellers were induced really quick, and as sellers were induced, again price came back down. We did got a pin bar structure right here. Price retested this pin bar, went down again, a retest is happening, but it doesn't seem like anything that can actually break this zone if this price is started breaking around this level and again started going on the upper level. And if I don't get any kind of reaction around this point or this point, I would be closing my position. But overall, I think that prices can go on the downside. But if you see clearly here, um, this was the high point right after the break around this point. I want to make it more clear for you guys. See, this was a break right here based on this peak formation low, and after that prices break this level, and then again prices broke this level, but it is not as significant break as we had. See, this is a significant break that we had, this is a significant break we had, but after that this is like no break, guys. Like, and then again, like if you see 1 2 3 move, but the sellers are coming like quite strongly in here. You see like 1 2 3 4 sell candles, and after that we reversed a bit, got a pin bar right here, and after that price is pushing on the downside. And again, like I was expecting a move on the downside from this point, but still price is failing until unless like dollar like take the stand of getting stronger. In that case, we would be thinking about prices to move further. Anyway, GBP odd, it's like the triple bottom right here at last, and prices are coming down, prices coming down, prices coming down for the pound. One touch, two touch, three touch, and now again prices are showing some of the strength, although it is like a quite valid structure right now even to enter. And seems like that if prices would be breaking this level, prices can go on the upper side. And it's another kind of pattern that is known as Quasimodo pattern, uh, in which like when prices are in the downtrend, it's kind of like a reversal pattern. Prices went down, and again when prices reach to this level, things started changing. Prices can push on the higher side. So I hope like it makes sense. I believe that this could be a good entry if somebody want to take it, but it can be like a bit on the aggressive side until unless like we get the break. So in that case, I'm like not in any kind of aggressiveness. So let's zoom into 1 hour right now. So this is the kind of level that we need price to actually break and retest. So let's put our alert right there, because bring our alert to this high, that is 77115. So in this case, if the price actually reaches this level and forms or give us a pullback for this range around here, I would be taking the positions for the longs as after that. But still, I would prefer to wait. But overall, if you are aggressive in the sense that this could be a good move on the upper side. Similarly, GBP and ZD, things are still like in the range. Price can extend on the further downside like that. GBP CAD, same scenario as Euro CAD, and you see right here the price was in like a sell structure. This could be a corrective move, and then there was a breakout, price pullback, then this order block and going up, but is uh, failing to actually make a higher high right here, and can push on the upper side, and started giving us a weakness candle right here, can push on the downside further. GBP yens gave us a good move, good 1 2 3 pattern right here, or ABC pattern right here, reaching here this level, showing the weakness, but seems like later on can break on the upper side, because it is so early to say anything right now. That is that what is happening. And GBP CHF is sideways right now, came back down. Similar structure, you see prices are kind of like reducing its energy right here, but it is making a triple bottom right here and making a strong resistance down there. So most probably if like price takes out this level, then we can actually think about like taking a long position then. But this level could be our first target, safe target. If the prices reaches to this point and further breaks can happen, bring on the upper side. That's why I've placed my alert right there. Australian dollar, guys, similar structure to the pound that we have taken, that although the price has broken this level and we did see a 1 to 3 move on the upper side, prices came back down. This was like the move, guys, that I kind of like was predicting already, that prices would be rejected around this level. We did got a rejection, but still it's not solid enough to actually push on the upper side. Instead we are getting a rejection around this point, the same point that prices has been like rejected, and we are getting a level around this point. So overall, I believe that prices can push on the downside like that for the Australian dollar, and even go further on the downside can be a good opportunity if somebody wants to like take it right here. And if we see on the 1 hour time frame, we need to actually wait specifically for the reaction around this point. Although we had a break, but if we see on the higher time frame structure right here and align ourselves with that, we see prices are unable to continue the move, because you see right here there was a break and prices came back down. There is another break right here. There was another break right here, but right now seems like prices are getting tough time in going on making on the further highs. So most probably like and data could even like push it, but for now technically the prices can go on the downside. NZD, AUD, NZD, quite complicated, guys. Um, on the other hand, we did got some reaction around this point right here. Price pushed down, broke the structure. Price tried pushing on the upper side, failed, pushed on the upper side, and right now price can, if the prices break, prices can push on the downside. First target, second target, stop loss right above here. I hope it makes sense. So, but it's a difficult situation to take a position. I want to like show you something really good in 4 hour time frame right here. You see that prices are actually in an uptrend, but here the prices started failing. Here we got a break but got a double top right here. Prices pushed back down again. Price pushed on the upper side, failed, and now can push on the downside like that. We can get a move like that. Guys, I need a break for 1 second. AUD cat, guys, really a prominent setup right now. I wanna like note this down. Seems really legit right now, and kind of like getting interested in this. But although I have one trade running, and today is 23rd, 1st Jan, and 25 AUD CAD, really a good setup right now. Let me explain you guys that although the prices were in the downtrend right here, and this was the kind of like a probe right here that actually acted around this point. Let me like zoom it a bit for you guys so that we can look more deeper into it. So the prices were in a downtrend right here. Each time prices were pushing on the upper side, going on the downside. Similarly, on the downside, went on the upper side like that right here. Let me make it more clear. So we did got a probe right here, that is a liquidity sweep around this point, and prices eventually went on the downside further. And now this was the first time like the price kind of like reached to this upper level around here, and we got a rejection. Price failed to make a higher high and started coming on the downside further like that. So this could be a good move towards that level, really a strong move. And we see the candle formation right now here is also good, although like of course like prices reaching to this point can further push prices on the upper side, but the way that we are getting the candles right here seems like the prices can go on the downside, reaching towards this order block right here, and if breaks then continues on the downside. So really legit structure right now. If we see it in 1 hour, let's see that how we are getting the reaction. So you see right here guys, this is the high point after price took the liquidity around this point, unable to make a higher high, further price push down. Although we didn't get a significant low. If the prices would have like broken on the downside and then went up and started failing around this point, it would be more legit. But for now onwards, we can see that right here we have to wait for the reaction. If the price starts breaking, give us some kind of pin bar or something, and then price pushing back into the pin bar like pound. I explained you prices can go on the downside like that, but overall if somebody want to take the risk in that regard, so I think it's a good move. You, you AUD JPY similarly, similar structure right here. We did see a sell off starting around here, price pushing further on the downside again. Price is pushing on the upper side further, failing to break this level right here, can push on the downside like that further. But we see like there is a break that happened around this point, so anything like that can happen as well. We need to actually wait for the positions right here, or if the prices even give us a pullback around this point, we can expect a move on the upper side like that. Why I'm saying that, because you see we did got a good 1 to 3 break and prices can continue like that, and I believe that it can happen. In that case, I would be loving to place my alert right here, just because we can like actually react to this position whenever the alert gets triggered. AUD CHF is like really difficult to work guys, so I can't like plan to stay away from them. Although we are seeing the movement on the upper side, I was able to lock this position to this point. It's not much, I understand, but it's quite risky right now to get myself involved into this position. Price kind of like failed around here, pushed back down, failed to make a higher high around here, and can go on the downside further, and then we can actually expect a move on the upper side. NZD USD, same structure like Aussie. We are getting a reaction around this point. Price pushed up second time, one push, two push, and now price is actually failing. Can break on the downside like that, and then further if we can get a some move. NZD CAD, same structure guys. Prices started rejecting around here. Let me make it more clear for you guys. Rejecting around this point, we did got a liquidity sweep around here. Price pushed on the downside. Further, price is unable to make a higher high, and we are getting a certain kind of reaction to push the price on the downside further. NZD although we did got a reaction around this point, but still it's within the within the range of the previous structure around here. Price is getting the hard time right now to break this level. Something like that can happen. If the prices come back down there, we can expect a move further on the upper side like that. Let's see. NZD-CHF, similarly, like euro, prices are started reacting around here. We get a triple top right here, and this is a sweep that happened. Prices tried to like go twice on the upper side, but right now it's in the range. Seems like if the range breaks on the downside, we can get a move like that, or breaks on the upper side, we can get a move like that. CAD yen. CAD yen, like guys, got super complicated specifically after like this reaction around here. I was able to lock this move till this point, and after that there was a pullback. I kind of like got stopped out and break even for the partial, and then price went up. And you see right here there is a break. I was expecting like literally like around this point I was expecting the move towards to go on the downside. Instead we got an other move, like another pump, and then there was a dump, and then prices started coming in hard, and right now it's reacting around here. Seems like the prices can go on the upper side further because of this V-shaped move. You see like it came back down, went up, and most likely if we see that the prices in overall is in the uptrend, any sort of pullback like that can even like continue the move towards the upper side. And Swiss, kind of like again a difficult scenario, but it's like CAD Swiss is one of the setup that is more clear than any other Swiss pair. We got a reaction of a cell structure around here, really important stuff. This was the low, this was the high. Prices failed to make a higher high and made a move like that. Again, price retested this highs around here, and after that we saw a pin bars and then a full dump scenario further, and after that prices started rising, failed, and right now prices are starting to push on the upper side. Any sort of reaction around this level can push the prices down to complete this structure right here. So really important in that regard. I want to place my alert on down there because I cannot miss this move. It is quite legit in its own sense. So there are like two moves which I actually found that are really good. Specifically, one is CAD CHF, and the other one is in the Australian dollar, Australian CAD. And right now, the way the price is actually rejecting, it's like more clear in Australian dollar. You see right here, rather than like any other pair, we are getting a reaction around this point currently. And if we do break and get a pin bar in the morning, prices can get back down. It's really important to for me specifically to wake up early in the morning so that I can actually look into this stuff. So these two pairs, and secondly, before we finish the stream, because guys, this was the last pair, USD CHF JPY. Uh, sorry, CAD CHF. This is what we discussed, and after that, this is the last pair. And you see right here, prices kind of like made started coming on the downside, making the lower lows, and here price again went down. But here the structure isn't that clear. Although we did got a break around here, I've placed my alert right here. If the prices come back down here, we can take a move for the further on the top. I want to like literally wait for the price to even come back down there if it comes. On the other hand, if the price kind of like breaks, give us a pullback, it can give us a move. Right now price is in a like a scenario that is a bit difficult. So this is the last pair, guys, and after that again we come back to DXY and we see like dollar started taking hold again, and this is a good thing, good for me, because my position is based on that structure. And it's like literally like guys, you need to understand that if there's a sell structure right here, prices cannot like turn around that way until unless like prices reach to this level. And what I can do is specifically place my alert right here, because I'm interested to like get out of certain position around if the prices reach to that level. And before we finish the stream, I want to like go back to my move right here. You see what we were discussing right here, that is happening. Unable to make a higher high and price reversed. And really important stuff, guys, that we need to sometimes see on the lower time frame, that what we are looking at, we did got this pin bar kind of like really help to uh, understand it. It's not easy to like capture this type of move, because you see right here, if I took the trade around this point, so 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour, 7 hour, 8 hour, 9 hour, 10 hour, 11 hour, 12 hour, 13 hour, 14 hour, 15 hour, and this is now 16 hour, guys. So it's kind of like a heck of a holding time period that you can, as a trader, you have to suffer. But I want to like mention that as a trader, guys, the most important thing, the earning which you guys earn based on the trading, is actually the patience stuff. So you have to be like super 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 patience, show super patience, and like whatever like setups you take, you need to wait until you let them develop. Although like you see right here, in Australian dollar right here, we are getting the same kind of structure right here, that prices can go on the downside. Seems legit as well. We do have like certain kind of resistances around this point and around this point, but still like the idea is that as a trader you can always risk your position. But if you are in a position, guys, let it run first, and then kind of like think for the more other positions. So anyway, this is a small thing that I wanted to discuss, that the money actually you get paid for. If somebody asks like as a trader what you are doing or what you are getting paid for, so this is what you're getting paid for, is to be patient, to sit on your hands, to let the price actually form the structure. Or it takes like a lot of time to actually wait, and like if you have placed the money, your mind would be like literally pumping blood in that sense, that there is something that is happening that is odd. So really important to analyze that, in that sense, that you're being paid specifically for actually waiting. So I'm kind of like happy with this position for now. This would be my first target, and then after that I would be like closing much of my position around this point, and then if we can get a further move on the downside till morning, it would be great. Anyway, guys, have fun, take care.